Good morning. It's April 2nd. My goal was to start April 1st, go 30 days consecutively with videos and podcasts every day. Since we're on another 30-day stay-at-home order and there's not much going out, the rebel in me thinks differently, but this, as Gary Vee said it, this is the pause that you needed. This is definitely taking advantage of this time. Had planned on having all the websites up and running today, but it's more to it than that. But I will share more of that in the Attracting Prosperity 101 segment. And you can check that out at attractingprosperity101.com. So as far as Ron's choice today, I just want to share a little bit about, this coronavirus thing has got a lot of people thinking. It's definitely going to change the way we operate going forward, for a little while anyway. Some people think it's fake. Some people are thinking it's man-made. Whatever you need to be your reality, you're going to find evidence for it. Now, the question I ask myself in situations like this, what's the truth? Well, truth is relative, right? It's just, basically what I was just saying is the truth lies within the observer. But there has to be a fundamental truth. Was it man-made? Was it intentional? And this is a question that often comes up with other things in life, right? There's always three sides. There's his side, her side, and then the truth, right? So, and again, it's all perspective, observation, but there is some type of fundamental truth as to what happened. And the only way to achieve that is to be totally separated from the situation and unbiased. So if you see two people engaged in a situation and you don't know who these people are, you're just an outside observer, you're going to have three observations of that situation, right? Each person that's involved is going to have their story, what they heard, what they saw. And then as an outside observer, you're going to have your observation. So with that analogy, separation gives us the ability for clarity. Now, I'm using the word clarity because it doesn't always mean truth. It just gives you more clarity. Often we look for conclusions when it should just be more clarity. In a situation, we're looking for concrete conclusions, just like this whole coronavirus thing. Everybody wants to know, when's it going to end? Where did it come from? Well, you said this yesterday. You said that yesterday. And it's just a matter of pulling away, pulling yourself back from the situation, letting go of your fears and anxieties, and try to gain more clarity on the situation. Like, for example, I was watching, I'll say it, CNN. I was watching a clip of CNN with Chris Cuomo and Dr. Sanjay. And they were discussing the fact that the White House and the doctors are saying that each area is different. So the question was posed, is it really different? Well, no, the virus is the same. The virus acts the same everywhere. But every part of the country and the world handles it differently, right? New York is different because you have 8 million people in a small radius. And a lot of those people are a little bit stubborn, let's say. New York was very slow to take this thing seriously. Even as late as March. Now, we put the ban on China coming in at the end of January. New York officials were still telling people in March, yeah, go out and go do what you want. So they started their mitigation kind of late. So because of that, because they're just the attitude, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, I'm just saying that's the way they do things. Now, the whole nation has been in a shutdown. The whole nation. So that was the blanket effect. From there, you have rural parts of the country that they might not need to shut everything down because they already do social distancing. So just using that as an example, if you take that and apply it to different parts of your life, if you back away from a certain situation and try to get clarity on the whole picture, when someone tells you something, don't try to look at how it's wrong. Try to look at how it's right. Because when you try to prove it wrong or try to make it fit your scenario, that's coming from you, your observation. So if you want more clarity, you have to say, okay, let's pretend. You don't even have to say that that you're wrong. Just pretend like you don't know anything. That you're a child coming into this. You have no bias, no opinion, and you try to see where the other person's coming from. And you can do this in any situation. This works with anything, and you should do it with relationships. That's why there's so many disagreements and arguments in relationships, personal relationships, work, because we don't take the time. We come into something with, we know it all, we are right, this is how we want it done, and we project that into the situation. It's hard to gain clarity on what's going on with everything and everybody when you do that. So, and this is going to lead to another topic, is when I'm going to get into meditating a little bit later. But the same philosophy works in that. When you can separate yourself from your body and your identity, you will be able to gain more clarity in your personal life. So I'm going to leave it there for today. Yeah. Try to spend a little more time separating your thoughts and feelings from a situation. Being realistic and just try to understand where the other people come from. I get why everybody thinks and feels the way they do. Is it, in my opinion, realistic or reality? It's your reality. If it's terrible, if it sucks and it's awful, then it is. For me, I don't see it that way. So we're going to pause the podcast and we will stop this recording for Ron's Choice. I'll see you guys tomorrow.